Hello, hello, everyone. How are you this evening? I think I'm live. Let me get everything turned down and all that fun stuff here. There we go. Okay. I think I'm here. It says November Scripture Challenge, but that's wrong. We are going to be doing some Christmas ornaments tonight because I have designed this little freebie for you. And let me just show you. Hold on a moment. I think we switched here. Hold on. It always takes it a while. Yep, there we go. Hopefully that's the way it looks on YouTube. Let's see. There we go. It just takes it a while for YouTube to catch up with my computer. So I have designed this. Hold on. I don't know why it went there. That is really weird. Okay. I have designed just this little printable. I printed this out on kind of mulberry paper. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's kind of got a little texture to it. These little circles fit perfect on these little wooden ornaments that you can get. I think I got them at Michael's maybe, or maybe Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. Maybe even Dollar Tree. I really don't remember. I just know I have a ton of these. And it was like, I need to do something with all of these ornaments. So I have this. I need to give it a coated gesso so that these show up. I have a sander, a little paintbrush. I have just a little bit of Christmas greenery, some Christmas ribbon, and some muslin. And I have these rusty bells, but I really think they're going to be too big. I don't know. So we make, oh, here's a really tiny one. I didn't know those were in there. The things I learned. All right, hold on. There we go. Okay. The things I learned. And then I have a sander. If you've not seen this sander, this is an awesome, awesome sander that I just got. And the thing I like it is it comes with this little gizmo, and you just peel it off, and then you put on, there's several different weights in here of the grit. And this is kind of Velcro-ish. And you just attach it. And then you can hold on to it. This is awesome. This was a great purchase I made. Okay, so we're going to start this night. And I don't even think, I'm just so excited to get into this project, and so excited that it didn't take me so long to get logged into Facebook. I mean, not Facebook. I keep saying Facebook. Logged into YouTube that I just completely forgot to introduce myself. My name is Carol Adams with Carol Adams Creations, and I am so excited that I'm here and that you're here, and we're going to spend 30 minutes or so making a quick and easy craft for some Christmas ornaments. They'd be great to use as tags. You could even, you know, like do one of these on this side and then write your to and your from on the other. And then that way they not only have, you know, a gift tag, they've got an ornament that they're able to take home and remember who did it. So I'm just going to give this a little coat of gesso. And I haven't posted this yet, but I will post this. Hold on a moment. I don't want white paint everywhere. I will post this as soon as this live is over with the link that you can get this freebie that I have designed. And you may be wondering why I'm using a foam brush. Well, let me tell you. I'm using a foam brush because I'm lazy. I'll just admit it. I'm lazy and I don't have any water up in my craft room tonight. And so it was like, okay, these are just cheap foam brushes from Dollar Tree. And I'm like, I don't mind just throwing them away after I get finished with them. So, you know, it's kind of a win-win situation. All right. Oh, and the next other thing that I'm going to use is some Mod Podge. You could definitely use gel medium if you wanted. And so we're just going to let this dry. And then we're going to cut out the ones that we want. Hold on, I don't want to waste any of this. If you are out there watching, I'd love for you to even just do a hello so I know that you're there. So that I know that I'm not just talking to myself. I'm going to throw that away. I'm going to throw this away. And we're going to let these dry. So in my printable, I did it again. I changed this to, and I don't know why it didn't change, but I realized I had two of the same ones. And I did a little gnome that says Merry Christmas. It's really, really cute. And so that's going to be in exchange for that. But all I did was I took this mulberry paper. I attached it with Velcro to a piece of cardstock, and I just ran it through my printer. That's all you have to do. And so I am going to do tonight, let's see, I've got 3. I think I'm going to do the Santa, this one, and I think these snowmen. I should have put it down just a little bit so that it didn't get, the washi tape kind of got printed on right there. But definitely could use this for something else, like in a junk journal or something like that. So I just thought this was kind of pretty. It just kind of like, and like I said, it just gives it a little bit of texture. So I'm going to do the Santa. And the nutcrackers. I just love nutcrackers. I think I might do my mantle this year in some pinks and golds and greens and maybe a little touch of light blue. And so what I want to do is I have this really big nutcracker that I've had, you know, a cheap one that I got and had it forever, and its hat always falls off. Anyway, I am going to repaint it this year, and I'm real excited about that. So that will have to be another day. Like I said, this is just really an easy project. Would be great to do, you know, for a ladies group or something like that. You could go have already, you could already have all of these painted so you didn't have to worry about that. If you've never done a project with ladies before, word of warning, please explain to them, or whoever you're, you know, whoever you're showing how to use Mod Podge. It's a thin coat. Not a thick coat, or it will never dry. I did this project with for our ladies retreat, and it was just this cute wood block, and you tore. I never knew that tearing little daisy petals out of a hem sheet would have been so hard. But you know, sometimes things that are easy for us are hard for others, and I'm sure they have something that they do that would not be very easy for me to do. So it was very comical. Okay, so these are dry, and then I'm just going to place these on here. They're just a smidge bigger, but not much. And then so after they dry, I'm just going to take my sandpaper and sand them off. I am going to have to just really get this part up here done because I can't sand it right there. Although, but you don't have to cut all the way around it if you don't want to. Now, I know this one's missing a little bit at the top, but that's okay because I am going to be adding a ribbon to it. Oh gosh, I got that way too close, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Let me put this in the trash, get it out of my way. You could definitely do this like on rice paper, just regular cardstock, just whatever you would want to do. So I'm just going to take this. And another thing you could do the iron-on method if you wanted. If you've never done that, you just simply allow the Mod Podge to completely dry. And then you take an iron, place your image on top of the dried Mod Podge, and then iron it on. Make sure I've got it. I think that's good. I'm going to take a little bit of a credit card and kind of make sure that that's down good. All right. And I'm just going to take a little bit. I have to try this. I have a new printer, and I need to make sure it's not going to smear when I do this. I think we're good. My old printer would just smear. This one's working out pretty good. All right, so we're going to let this completely dry before we do anything else. So let's get our next one on here. Get a little more Mod Podge. I didn't want to get too much like I did with the gesso. Hoping you can still see me. If I can't, and I can't seem to, if anyone has made a comment, I can't seem to see it right now. So I will reply afterwards. And I will also post the link to the printable. Now these are designed specifically for this wooden ornament, and I'll try to get a link to where if you're interested in purchasing some, you can do that too. I just love these little snowmen. They are so cute. They're going to be a little trickier because I didn't go all the way to the top, and that is not centered. You need to make sure you center it. So let me get it a little bit better there. There we go. Kind of go over that a little bit. And basically all the Mod Podge is doing, it's just kind of sealing that in. So we've got that. I'm going to put that up and throw that away, put that away, and we're going to dry these. And probably in the matter of about 30 minutes, we will have made 3 really cute ornaments. especially if you like the more vintage look. You could also use napkins. Napkins would work great with this as well. You could also like sprinkle some glitter on top, put some snow text or, you know, some homemade snow on here. You could really embellish these up. But like I said, I was just trying to make this really simple, so it didn't take us quite so long. Oh, I needed to plug in my, turn on my hot glue gun. I almost forgot. I think those are dry. And I want them to be dry when I start this because I don't want to mess this up. So what you want to do is you want to just do it kind of at a 45-degree angle and just gently press down. You don't want to go back and forth, just gently press down. And that will just take that off, and then you can just tear it off. I'm going to do this because I got some Mod Podge right there, and I don't want that there. You just want to make sure it's good and dry. Okay, and then I will stain the back side. I will stain this back side so that it looks all nice and finished. But look at that. Isn't that adorable? Finish with these. And then we're just going to add a little bit of greenery just to kind of jazz them up. If you wanted, you could leave them just the way that they are. Just got to thinking, if you had like a kitchen tree, which I have one, and my grandson says, "Why do you have a Christmas tree in your kitchen?" And I'm like, "Because I want to." He's like, "Oh, okay." But I'm sure you could find some images of some like Christmas teacups or something and do the same thing with them. That would look really, really cute. I may have to do some of those. Okay, so I have just this little bit of greenery that was left over from another project. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of glue this on. I think it should be a little smaller, which will make this nice because then I can use two of them. So I'm going to do this just like this. And then I'm going to do me a, I think I'm going to do me a little bow in the back. Oh, and I might even just do some of these little leaves in there. That would look pretty too. It's got glitter on it. I think those will look really cute. All right, so I think I want the red on the Santa, but I actually, this is I tried the coffee dye before I was doing a project in a live yesterday. I could not find my coffee, my instant coffee. I don't know where it is. So I just used this vintage photo re-inker and some warm water, put that in there, let that soak for a little bit, and it worked just great. I just kind of wanted to take the whiteness away from it. And I want this thinner. Okay. All right. Then I want some muslin. And I think this muslin might be a little too short. Well, let me see if I can cut this. I think this is where I cut. It's so satisfying. Ripping fabric. All right. And then I have just this little bit of green, which I think that might be kind of cool too. And I've got this plaid. That would look really cute with that, wouldn't it? Okay. My second little helpful hint to you is to take a piece of cardboard. This is 3 inches wide by about 4 inches long, and then cut you a U, just like that. And it doesn't matter if this is 5/8, just it doesn't matter. But this is going to be the size of my bow, which might be a little bit big. So I had another one. Let me see here a moment. And I will show you the difference that it will make in a bow. Hold on a moment. Let me see if I can get... This is going to be kind of hard to cut, but that's okay. This is the back of newsprint. It is pretty strong. Okay, is that smaller? Not much. So let's see. That's about the size of the bow that I want. So this will be the size of my bow from here to here. And then I am going to take and cut me out a U. I'm going to cut that out. Like I said, this is pretty hard. We could go down a little further, but what this allows you to do is to make a bow without just doing it this way and then having it like this, and it kind of all glops together. This allows you to go... I'm going to leave a little bit of tail. That makes it, you're going to go under or over. It doesn't really matter. Make sure I have the right direction here. And then I'm going to go under, and then I'm going to just keep rotating that. And I'm just going to do this a couple of times because this does not need to be very big. I'm going to add this green here. And we're just going to put it like that. I'm going to do a little bit of this muslin, which is very stringy, which is how I like it. And I'm going to start here and go over and then under, over, and I'm going to do one more. We're going to do just like that. I'm going to cut this off. Then I'm going to take some twine. You could use some baker's twine or any kind of string that you might have. And we're just going to go underneath this, bring it through here. Where'd my little string go? So we'll take it and bring it right through there. And we're going to tie a knot. Okay, I'm going to cut this off. And then I'm going to pull this off. Cut my little tails here. These are a little long. And then we're just going to fluff this out just like this. And it just gives you this little, look at this little bitty cute bow. Is that not adorable? And we are going to add this to our snowman. Kind of maybe put it up a little high so you can still see the snowman. Just like that. And I still have enough room to add a ribbon up here. Just like that. And then if you wanted to add some greenery, you could. We'll just dress this one all up. Let's add a little bit of greenery in there. A little bit on the other side. Just right there. Oh, that just looks so cute. And then I'm just going to glue my little rusty jingle bell right there in the center. And we have an adorable Christmas ornament. I don't know if you can see this or not. Now, I apologize. I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see exactly what I'm doing here. I'm kind of going blind, but that's okay. All right, we're going to finish this one up. I was going to put that on there. Oh, well. I like what I did, so I'm good with that. I think I'm just going to make a little junk bow for this one. Let's just be a little different here. So I'm going to take my string. And we'll lay my string down. I'm going to go there. Let me get a couple of pieces cut. Let me do some of this. I'm going to do some of this one. So got those. And I have some of this green. And I have this right here. So I think I'm just going to kind of spread all of that around. And just do it like this. Okay. So I'm going to lay my string down. Just put that right there. Just going to do me a little X. So I like to do it kind of make it look like the railroad sign. And then I like to do one in the middle. You don't have to do it that way. And then I'm going to do this. Do a little piece of this muslin, which is a little long. I think I'm going to end it with another little piece of this. Okay, that I'm going to cut in half. And then I'm going to tie this. Cut that off. That off. And then just kind of fluff that out a little bit. I'm going to add this to this. Oh, that looks so cute. Love the black and white plaid. I'm glad I saved it for them. Okay, I'm just going to hot glue this onto here. I am going to add a little bell. Oops. And for this one, I'm just going to leave it just like that. I'm not going to add any greenery. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it is adorable. Hi, Luann. Oh, Luann, I am so glad that, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice. I got so busy. I am so glad that you are on because I have been wanting to share with you. You would ask me, I think it was you asked me if you could paint on duct tape. And I have an answer for you. It's yes and no. I did paint on it. This right here. I don't know if you can see this or not, but this was the blue duct tape that I painted. And as you can see from it starting to come off. So I put it on there just as soon as it was dry. I had it on like a cheap cutting board from Dollar Tree, and I pulled it off, and it was fine. Like I said, I do see now that it's coming up. But I had 3 pieces, and I didn't use one of them. I used 2, but I didn't use the third. So then the next day I came up, and when I pulled up that duct tape, the paint just kind of rolled up off of the tape as I was pulling it up. So, yes, you can, and no, you can't. If you're really, really careful, you'll be just fine. Okay, so I'm going to do one more little bow here just for Santa Claus. And like I said, I will post the link to, to the printable as soon as I get off of this live. So I'm taking my little U shape and I'm going over and under. I'm going to take my muslin and do the same thing. And then I have just this little bit of green, which, let's see, I'll just do it like this. And I'll do this one just like this. We'll just have 2 greens right there. That'll be all right. And we'll just trim them off. So then I'm going to take my little twine. And I am going to tie this in a knot. Just like that. All right. And we're going to pull this off and then fluff it out. These little ones it's easier said than done, but they are just so cute. And it's especially really, really cute with that kind of the curly type sari ribbon. Okay, I'm going to cut this off. And those off. I didn't realize I had the label of the fabric here. I don't think I want that on my Santa Claus. Okay, that is just adorable. There we go. And I'm just going to glue this up here, leaving enough room for me to add a ribbon at the top. And I meant to get ribbon before I started, and I just completely forgot. I'll put this underneath here. Oh, and another thing I meant to do, and I forgot it too. I got so excited about doing these ornaments, I just didn't get everything together. Okay, I think that's got just a little, that's just right there. Okay, I'm going to put a bow right there. A bow. Put a little button right there. Oh, a button would be cute. But I didn't use a button. I used a jingle bell. I'm so excited I found those small ones. Okay, this is kind of some of that other greenery that I had. And I'm just going to stick some of it in there. Putting a little bit of hot glue on top and a little bit on the bottom. And I'm just going to stick. Woo! Directions are on the bottom. Stick some pieces in here. just to kind of give it a little bit more texture than that. You probably won't even see it, but it makes me happy, so I'm okay with that. Oops. Get these last piece. I think I'll just do 2 on this side, so we'll have an odd number. Just stick that right there. Just kind of hold that a second. And then look at our set of adorable ornaments. I have more that you can make. And if you'll just give me about 30 minutes, I will post the link to this. I'll also do a link that you can find these ornaments, because this is done to the size of these. I'll also do a link to that sandpaper thing. It really is fun to do. I'm just going to take my distress ink. I meant to do this before I did everything else, but I forgot, and I'm going to distress the edges just to kind of add that a little bit. I think also it would be really pretty if you're into resin, if you poured a layer of resin over it, or maybe add some stickles or some other things. I think that would be really pretty too. So here we go. I don't know if this is going to show up on this, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I don't know where my black pad is. It's in my box behind me, and I don't want to have to try to find it. So there you go. 3 really quick and easy ornaments. We did it in, almost a little over 30 minutes. So I hope you all have enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. So bye, everybody. Thank you.